Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Review UK. My name's MJ and today we are reviewing A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. This is an intriguing movie that I was very eager and anticipative of when I saw who was in it. Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are the lead characters, and that was basically as much as I needed to know to get me on board. I think I'd sort of heard vaguely about it in the news and whatnot, and when they were making it I sort of came across it, and then when I saw some of the trailers. I'm not a trailer guy. If you are a subscriber to Movie Review UK, then you'll know that I don't really watch trailers. If you're not, click that subscribe button. Hopefully you like me by now. Hopefully I'm warm enough and not weird, not too weird for you. So I saw just a fraction of the trailers, probably about 4 or 5 times I saw the first 3 seconds of the trailer. So I knew it was basically about some people who had to stay quiet or else they were in a lot of peril. That's basically the plot. Something happens on planet Earth and things are around that have amazing hearing. Basically, you picked that up from the trailer. Or something will kill you or do bad things to you if you make a noise. So these people live in total almost silence. They basically have to be incredibly quiet wherever they go, and that goes so far as to sort of, you see it in the trailers as well, marking out on wood on the floor, on floorboards, where the creaky floorboards are, so where you can stand. And it's those little nuggets that add towards this incredible movie, because it is an incredible movie. So little ideas like that, and I'm not going to spoil anything else about the film or any of those little ideas, but they're great. You get to see their adjusted way of life. This movie happens about a year and a half into this thing. So this is this family having adjusted to this new way of life, and I found that fascinating. Both John Krasinski and Emily Blunt were incredible. I love them both as actors, and it was really lovely to see them together because of course they are a actual genuine couple in real life. It's also worth mentioning that John Krasinski directed this film, and I would go as far as to say it's so well directed and such a good film, and he is so good in it, that I pose the question to you, is he one of Hollywood's most underrated actors? And there's all this rife sort of fan speculation about him wanting them to play Reed Richards and Susan Storm in the MCU. Now the MCU being, oh, am I going to sneeze? I might sneeze. Now the MCU being my favourite sort of movie franchise, I would absolutely love to see these guys in it. But John Krasinski is such a talent, and this is a really nicely directed film. It's also a really nicely shot film. There's some great cinematography, and I really do mean it, some really great imagery in this film that works really well. It's a sort of a combination between 3 genres for me, primarily horror and thriller. And so some of the classic traits that you'd expect to see in this genre are definitely there, and that's a good thing. Definitely, it does some really nice things that you'd expect to see. The plot is fantastic. It's got great key moments, and it's just nail biting. There are moments that are just incredibly nerve shredding. It's also a totally unique experience. I was fortunate enough to see this film on the advanced previews, which I think meant that the Dickheads of Aylesbury weren't out yet. If you go to horror films in Aylesbury, usually, unfortunately to say, usually you will have dickheads in the screen, and they'll be loud, talking, whispering, shouting maybe, eating loud food, annoying. This movie is so silent for so much of it that a bad cinema experience could really ruin it, but I was very fortunate in that the cinema goers were absolutely fine. They were silent throughout the whole film, and I think it really needs that. Having said all that, I do think that a lot of the normal dickheads would maybe be quiet during this film. It's got some real emotional threads in it as well, some of which is up front, and I think it sort of sets the tone for the film, as it is very sombre in places. And I feel like hopefully the audience would take that on board as well, even if they were dickheads. So this film is incredible. It is actually one of the best films I've seen out of the cinema in a couple of years. One of the best. It's right up there with Split for me. Last year, Split was an early contender for Film of the Year, and that came out at the beginning of 2017. It's just fantastic. It's really refreshing to see this film. It's such a great and high concept film, and it's got these individual elements that, you know, you've got this overarching concept, but then they have the skill to put in these incredible plot elements. One in particular that is a smaller element of a long plot point and scene. It's just fantastic and it's incredible. I'd give A Quiet Place 10 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching Movie Review UK. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, and I'll see you next time.